welcome to the Do It All Dad Year podcast. What Gen X dads understand. Controlling our kids' economy can make our kids great again. My three fuss-free children, 90% of the time, are living proof of it. I really hope that any man has the opportunity at some point in this life, as crazy as the world has become, is able to enjoy the shrieks of joy from your 4-year-old son downstairs, mirroring his father's cackle, but making it sound more uh, jadeless, funky, fresh, while he watches the movie Gremlins 2 for the zillionth time. It's truly a beautiful thing. Thank you, Lord, for making that happen in my life. So I haven't talked to you guys in a long time. There was the shooting incident in Boulder, Colorado, and just to be clear, that was I don't remember the name of the exact place, but it was marketed as like an all-in-one like kosher like shopping grocery store, and the murderous thug, don't know who he was controlled by or who put him up to it, besides his own demonic demons, was a Syrian refugee, and he pledges affiliation with ISIS, allegedly. So, I think it's safe to say that uh, he is not a cousin of the actor who was in the movie franchise Ernest Goes to Camp. So, it's so brutal to have these conversations with my children. I've made a deliberate attempt to not watch the news for, since the day election died. Right now, my annoying wife is calling to disrupt my moment of zen, and I'm going to have to answer it. This really sucks. I really don't want to have to answer the phone right now while she takes her sweetest time getting back to me. But just give me a second. Okay, so wife's going to be home in like 5 minutes, so I can't really go onto this like deep dive and passionate moment of zen. But I'm going to make this very clear, okay? BLM is in bed with the Muslim Brotherhood. Antifa are modern day brown shirts who act as the violent arm of the Democratic Party. The Ku Klux Klan, founded by the Democratic Party. And, you could say I come across as a kook, but I do believe this mantra that the NRA purports, which is guns don't kill people, people kill people. And in our country, and I'm going to say the FBI kills people because all these freaking mass murderers they're always aware of, and they obviously can't be bothered because I'm assuming that it is serving some sort of agenda. And it just freaking disgusts me. It disgusts me that who our former president just handed over the republic to freaking liver spots. And also, in addition to that, the fact that, he did dick as Antifa and BLM burned their cities to the ground. My only silver lining was like, you know what? Maybe he'll use this just to reveal the evil, nefarious ways of the Democratic Party, and people will vote in droves. And they did, but that wasn't enough. And the Supreme Court is obviously compromised and corrupt, and they suck. And now we will see how corrupt and compromised the Supreme Court is, because now that there's rumblings of this actually happening in America. I mean, you would think this is a freaking KGB narrative, that all of a sudden cops will be able to target any home with they posted a MAGA sticker or flag in their yard, and they'll be able to confiscate your guns. So now there will be absolutely no way to lead a revolution against this evil fucking sick government we've become, nor, more importantly, will you be able to protect your family from Antifa or from BLM or from radical Islam or from freaking MS-13 or anyone that wants to kill you for a buck. So, the American flag, I don't believe that I had fucking my grandfather got cancer from freaking World War II for this shit to happen. Unfucking believable. Sickens me to the core. And even if I get an agent, which I plan on, and a publisher for the Kosher Comedian and for Weights of Height, very short stories, it will never, ever ease this freaking harrowing aching in my heart for what my country is descended upon. And I'm telling you right now, I mean, it doesn't take a brain trust. If the Supreme Court actually pushes for this gun confiscation and completely reshift blame for all these mass murderers, which are usually, some fucking crazy Arab. Let's be honest here, folks. It's the finally that new civil war will be here, and it was all totally avoidable. And I just, God, please, I understand you work in mysterious ways. I get that. Sometimes you want to expose evil so righteousness can arise, but can you please pick up the fucking pace, please, with freaking sugar on top? Thank you. Okay, all right. So I'm glad I got that daily dose of sobering, extremely depressingly dreary reality out of my system. Glad I expressed myself. Glad I completely put a target on my family and home, so Antifa and BLM and the Deep State could take me out if my books become big time and actually have a position of influence in my life and actually make some fucking money off my writing. God forbid. But my name is Michael Kornbluth, and that is a name respected by faithful, non-violent Muslims, and because he's considered a important angel. And then my name is Michael Joshua Kornbluth, and Joshua being Moses' main assistant, and he was really badass, and he led the 12 tribes of Israel, so I'm not going to cower to fear out of not having a career happen, because I'm not seeing really any freaking openings in the near future anyway. So, but no, I'm feeling great about these books. And I just want to thank everyone on SoundCloud, WordPress. You have been amazing. Thank you so much for all of your emotive love. And I was telling my daughter, it just feels really great. I've been posting short stories for like freaking 3 months now, and essays for the Kosher Comedian, and have all of you take that deep dive into my archives and like old stuff. Best feeling in the world. Thank you so much. I'll keep the goodness flowing, and because that's an amazing feeling, and the best is yet to come. And for the record, I was using that expression before the ex-president decided to jack it from good old Blue Eyes. So I'm going to share with you a new piece that is rooted in reality, and it's got some funny jokes in it, and I like it a lot. So here we go. Not Kosher Baby. Riding out hairdressers, DJs, and underground stand-up comedy club organizers in Manhattan to the cops or Department of Health in a post-COVID controlled universe gone wild isn't kosher. My 5-year-old son whipping out his schmeckel in the kitchen before I sucked down my first espresso shot in the morning is not kosher, baby. Holla! Thank you very much! At the same time, the same son busting my balls as I bonded with mommy over watching an old episode of Anthony Bourdain's No Reservations in Burgundy. Later this morning, after our 2 other ones got on the bus, is kosher, especially when he delivers hilarious lines such as, "Daddy, your head has a moron inside. Holla! Thank you very much!" Or when my son, 2 seconds later, referenced the oyster dish the late, great Anthony Bourdain was eating on his show with a bunch of French chefs from Burgundy, when he says, "Not kosher, Daddy. Holla! Thank you very much!" In other words, don't even think about it, because nobody likes a fake news koshertarian comedian. Holla! Thank you very much! Reality is, all my favorite food memories before my koshitarian comedian book journey began didn't involve kosher food at all. Sorry, Mom. Do I have pleasant memories? And Mom, let's be honest. I mean, you saw a shrink when you had your breakdown senior year. That largely stemmed from the fact that you felt that you abandoned your, Christian roots in Kentucky and all in the service of, pleasing, Yenta breasts, here in East Coast. So, and to this day, you've never even had smoked salmon or delectable whitefish salad. So it's not act as if this is such a gallingly offensive piece. Ah, thank you very much. Do I have pleasant memories of eating my mother's brisket for Passover? Sure. But those memories with family don't compare with eating a grass-fed ribeye with an old deer high school butt at Smith and Wolenski's in Manhattan. Before the Thug and Armani freaking destroyed the greatest city in the world and old Blanche's freaking extended family in one 4-year swoop after almost not getting out of LA alive. The fact my Larry Sanders loving lifetime basketball bud Jesse Judelman paid for everything on his FX expense account helped my enjoyment factor tremendously too. Growing up, if we went out for a kosher meal as a family, we go to Epstein's on the derelict, shabby, downer section of Central Avenue, close to White Plains, which failed to give me sustained stiffage ever, which is protracted happiness for an extended period of time. Protracted, extended, means the same thing, still fucking hilarious. Sustained stiffage, you're welcome. Holla! Thank you very much! How can you compare the climax-free experience of more obligatory, rubbery, blubbery, nosh-sized bites of kosher certified pastrami at Epstein's on borderline depressed, flavorless rye to more howl-rich, late-night drunken gorge fest at the local Montparnasse Greek Diner on Central Avenue with your entire high school crew there in attendance for your standard order of not one but 2 bacon, egg, and cheese bagels, which required 0 nudging to inhale whole. Holla! Thank you very much! Was he always crackling crispy, always well seasoned, clean tasting, rotisserie chicken at the Zero Frills Kosher Butcher on the Yonkers side of Central Avenue. DMX, represent. A respectable, borderline, enjoyable Sunday afternoon nosh treat? Yes. But it didn't compare to more late night drunken revelry with my meathead friends at the local legend bar tavern haunt, the Candlelight Inn, for more delectable beef gyros, American cheese-laden, grilled, stringy, onion-topped hot sauce, drab cheese sticks, fries, and cheese and gravy on top of those steaming extra meat piles of hot wings whose fame extended all the way to the hill-free suburbs of Yenta Country in Long Island. And I still, not off the record, but side note, Seinfeld. I don't want Seinfeld smirking for another 5 years until he gives the universe a legitimate reason for why he was completely oblivious to the fact that Cosby was a serial rapist for 4 decades in a row. Where were your powers of observation then, Jerry? Holla! Thank you very much! Did my dad manage to fire up tolerable, edible Hebrew National Dogs on the grill, devoid of blistering burnt marks as a whole, during the summer for the 2 days I was home before they shipped me off to sleepaway camp for 3 months of summer for a decade straight, obviously not suffering from stranger anxiety, so I could feel smug superior by being the second worst athlete there compared to the chic son from Great Neck, but not really? Yes. But my memories of my dad's kosher grilled dogs on semi-stale buns suffering from severe shrinkage problems off the barbecue, which seemed to disintegrate in freaking real time, will never match the warm-hearted memories of grabbing those scrumptious, airy light, always bomb fresh cheese dogs at the left bank in the town of Lake Forest, Illinois, with my college freshman roommate Kowal as a couple of pot-smoking, long-haired hippies in the making. My fondest dining memories growing up with my mom, dad, and younger brother was at a red and white checker tablecloth draped Italian joint off the Grand Concourse in the Bronx, where Italian cooking love is made. We load up on New Zealand-style mussels the size of fucking canoes, garlic, crispy, breaded baked clams, and the most slurp-worthy linguine white clam sauce ever concocted. Before I go in for the kill, I managed to eat at least 75% of my pounded thick veal scallopini stuffed with prosciutto and a white mushroom cream sauce. Mamma mia. What a country! Holla! Thank you very much! My high school buds were in awe of this place, especially my friend Ari, who is a 50% Hebe like myself, who literally looks and sounds like Harvey Keitel with a far better proportioned head. When I reflect on the good old days of my Pinko crew, buds of yesteryear, I become smile-rich inside when I think of our dear Korean American friend Clark, who would whip us up batches of fried rice with kimchi before it became a thing at his parents' apartment after we all collectively lost our shit from watching Dazed and Confused at Phil's apartment next door prior over some sprayed weed from the Bronx that tasted like Windex. Holla! Thank you very much! How can I forget my end of summer goodbye date at the fanciest restaurant in Chatham, Cape Cod, with my dear fabled Katie King. Until then, I had no idea $30 could score you one whole lump of delicious crab cake to share. I'll always cherish these kosher-free memories with old-school brothers in arms and past summer loves before social media or even smartphones existed, when face-to-face quality hangout time with our favorite people in the universe couldn't be beat. Back when everybody wasn't consumed with the propulsive compulsion to document every parcel pixel of their fucking social lives. Holla! Thank you very much! Checking beer scores for more obscenely overpriced 4-packs of hazy New England brews on Beer Advocate was the farthest thing from my mind in 94. The predominant governing thought on my mind in 94 was what time my friends were going to pick me up for more bar-crawling adventures along North Avenue in New Rochelle or throughout the never-asked-for ID bars such as Kelly's Corn on the Upper East Side. Instead, because all my friends were far better drunk drivers than I. Hazy IPAs weren't a thing yet either, nor was there a Beer Advocate website, let alone a barely functional internet back then equipped with an AOL modem which took longer to load than Sammy Hagar after running out of gunk from banging endless groupies after shows after the release of 5150, but you get the gist. What Gen X dads understand. Holla! Thank you very much! I don't care that these bonding memories with decades-old friends were alcohol-fueled or not. We were hanging out more for each other's company and accessibility to available, less annoying girls from our senior class, more so than our obsessing over social bragging props about where we partied the following day, although a good sign of a night out in the city is not recalling the name of every place you danced the rum shaker with. Holla! What Gen X dads understand! Thank you very much! The thrill of drinking all night until daylight started to break with your high school brothers in arms, when birds got up chirping sweet soul music throughout our leafy suburban wonderland, helped our mutual enjoyment factor a long time too. Heading out Papaya King on our way back from the city was far from kosher, baby. Yet at the time, blaring 36 Chambers by the Wu-Tang on the FDR Drive before the made Wuhan virus. Again, blaring 36 Chambers by the Wu-Tang on the FDR drive home back to Westchester with a sports-playing, fun-loving tight crew of buds was all we needed to get through the night with ravishing, over-the-top glee. Oh, Lord, I love upholding your kosher law to make you happy and feel like a less all-over-the-place Jew. But boy, oh boy, those were magical bonding, cementing days too. This is the Do It All Dad Year podcast. Buy my books. If you want to support the most underrated, overlooked, hilarious, extremely punchy, heartwarming freaking comedian who drops truth bombs long time, all the time, you will seriously look into buying the Great American Jew novel, Do It All Dad Does Jokes, Resist This, and Control My Kids a Comedy, a love story. Holla! Thank you very much! And I'll talk to you guys soon.